Hi there. Today I wanted to give you an idea of what it's like to practice here at Juli Schuster Studios, where I teach art and yoga. So I'm going to give you an idea of what it's like just to arrive, what it's like to get settled in here and practice, and tell you a little bit about the style of yoga that I teach, and also a little bit about the art classes that are coming up. So you will come in and enter in the back door. This is our carport now, but soon it is going to become an art space in September. So I'm excited for that. And this is the door you'll enter, the wreath made by my mom. So you just come in, you don't have to knock. And this is the studio door that's always open at the time of class. So you will just come in through the back door, immediately to your right, walk down the steps, and this is the area where you will take off your shoes, take off your coat if you have one, and hang it up there on the hooks. Grab a strap, a yoga mat if you don't have your own. You can also grab a blanket and some blocks there. I have an area where you can fix yourself a drink. I usually have some fruit infused water, some sparkling water, hot tea, wine. You can get yourself a little snack. I usually have some dark chocolate here, or something to snack on if that's not available. I usually have a sign-in area here. So this is where you will sign yourself in and give me your card so I can punch your card if you've got one. If you don't have one, you can just use cash, check, whatever works for you. Once you're settled, then you come in and choose a space. So since registration is required for class, that gives me an idea how many people will be here. So I have these little markers out, which also serve as a cushion underneath your yoga mat. So if you have any issues with your knees, this is a great thing to have in place underneath your mat that you're practicing on. So when we start with just a short meditation, just to kind of get our heads in the right place and ready for practice. And this is the front area. I've got a little altar space here. Sometimes I've got some incense going, but always candles. The wood stove, well, the fake wood stove is always going. In the winter, obviously it's for heat, but in the summer I have it going just for a little added atmosphere effect. So again, we start with a meditation and then we move through the practice. I usually start here in the front of the space and then end up in the back of the space so that you don't have to worry about looking at me while you practice. I usually only teach using direct action words. So you don't have to worry about what I'm doing. You don't have to worry about what the person next to you is doing. You just listen, and I highly suggest closing your eyes as much as possible through practice so it becomes more of a moving meditation. So as we move through, there will be moments of effort balanced with moments of ease. All of the movements are coordinated with your breath. And when we're finished, class lasts about an hour. Sometimes it's a little bit more than an hour. At the very end, we head into Shavasana, where you can move to a wall, put your legs up the wall. You can just, relax where you are, pull a blanket over yourself if you need one. And then we wrap it up with that Shavasana. And then you just come back over into this area, and a lot of times we'll just sit and visit for a little while. You don't have to do that, but a lot of times people like to grab a glass of wine after practice. And again, it's a very relaxed space. No judgment at all here. If you're ever worried about taking a yoga class and thinking you're not flexible enough or you're not strong enough or whatever, this is for you because it is a completely non-judgmental space. Everybody's in the same boat. I always offer modifications for anything that is the least bit strenuous or different or something that I think some people might not be able to do. So you are always listening to your own body while you practice here, and are welcome to just back off of anything that we do if it doesn't feel good in your body. So that is what it's like to practice here. The reason that I have my mat set up right now in the front is because this is where I plan classes. So you'll see my notebook there. A few times a week I like to take classes, online classes through Jane's House in St. Charles. That is where I trained, and I like to continue taking several classes each week so that I can pull some things from their classes to practice on my own, and then also try to figure out if that is something that I want to add into the classes that I teach here. So always learning, always something new. There are no two classes that are the same with the style of yoga called the dynamic yoga method. I always, again, offer modifications. I take suggestions. If you have some specific area of the body that you'd like to work on, I can completely add that in at the last minute because of how we've been taught to teach. It's always open, and I'm always able to change it up if needed. So that is what makes this type of yoga so appealing, I think, to me, because it's very creative and it's accessible to everyone. So I hope that you find something here that you like enough to try it at least once, see how it feels in your body, and then hopefully keep coming back again and again and again. So I think that's about it, and I will hope to see you soon. Bye-bye. So if you come here for an art event, pretty much the same thing. You get settled in this area, take off your coat, drop your purse, get yourself a drink, use the restroom if you need to, and then the art space is actually my own just personal studio space behind those wooden doors. It's kind of messy in there right now because I've been working, but those doors will be opened, and I will pull the table and chairs out into this area. I'll have the yoga mats put away, and I'll have some additional lighting because we are going to be art making, so we want enough light for that. And again, this whole area is open, so I will have several tables set up with chairs and all the supplies out here so that they're easy to access. And we'll spend the evening art making, and again, this is the little snack area is always open. You're always welcome to get whatever you need throughout anything that I have here. I try to teach, I try to treat this venue as almost like a pampering session for anyone who comes in here. So I don't want it to just be another yoga class or another art class. I want you to feel like you are very special, which you are to me, because you're trusting me with your time and yourself. So when you come here, you will be pampered, and you will feel like you are, doing something special for yourself. So I'm hoping that you come to visit us soon. Our first art event is May 6th, and it is a vision board class. I still have 4 openings, so hopefully you will go to Sign Up Genius and get yourself signed up for that. It's going to be a fun night. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. It's Friday night. It's a great way to start your weekend. It's so much fun to create these vision boards because you never know what you're going to end up with. You might have something in your mind like, oh, mine's going to look like this or that. And by the time you finish, you're like, oh my gosh, it's totally not what I expected. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope you will join us. And I hope you will continue to visit us and be able to work in our new art space, which is going to be set up. It's going to be a 4-season room, and hopefully we're on the schedule for September. So hopefully that by the end of September or early October, that will be ready for us to use. And I can't wait because it's going to be light filled and so much fun to work in that space. So I hope to see you soon, and I will talk to you later.